Hey guys, how's it going? If you're new here, welcome. Today we're going to be checking out the SoundPEATS Capsule 3 Pro Plus earbuds. These earbuds look very familiar in shape and the design as Apple AirPods Pros. They look very similar, but they have a lot of features that the AirPods do not have. Outside of being in the ecosystem of Apple, these things win in just about every single category. And we'll go over those in detail in this video so you guys can see just exactly how these are going to sound, how they're going to be heard as far as the microphone on these things. So sit back, relax, and let's go ahead and check these out. All right, and here we are. The Capsule 3 Pro Plus from SoundPEATS. These things looking good. They got that high-res audio wireless, the LDAC here on the front. On the back, we switch over. We got the 12mm dynamic driver units, the xMEMS microspeakers, and of course it does say 43 hours on here. And what's really great is that 20 to 40,000 hertz is absolutely nuts, which we'll be testing that here later. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about those tech specs. So we do have Bluetooth 5.3. We do support LDAC, SBC, AAC. The capacity on these things is about 500 milliamp hours on the case. And it says 35 by 2 for milliamp hours, so nothing too crazy. 35 milliamp hours on the actual earbuds themselves. Each earbud takes about an hour and a half to charge. The case itself takes about 6.5 hours to charge. And you get 43 total playback hours, so nothing too crazy. This is a USB-C on the bottom, which is fantastic. We do, and we'll see the weight later on, but we have 5 grams per each earbud. The case is 48 grams, and then, of course, together you can add all that up. We do have touch controls here on the earbuds, similar to the AirPods, and we have that IPX4 rating for waterproofing. So the xMEMS speakers. So they are a solid-state speaker. They don't really move as a diaphragm necessarily, like regular speakers bounce back and forth to produce the vibrations. These, you apply electricity to them, and they move in a very small amount of space and produce a much higher and pristine quality of audio. Now, what they boast is 7 times faster than dynamic speakers, providing a more precise, more clarity to the music itself or any sounds. They have a faster response time as far as being able to move back and forth way faster than traditional speakers, and they're even more lightweight. Now, since you're applying the electricity to them to make them move, which all speakers move in general, but that may or may not reduce the battery life or what they probably could be. Now, as far as the modes that these things have, we do have the active noise canceling, which they do say it's up to 45 decibels. They produce 20 to 40,000 hertz, which means you have a lot of really crisp highs as long as they're recording. You have the audio files that can actually produce those. So MP3s may not be your best friend for that. You do have the pass-through mode, which means obviously you can have those in, noise passes through, and you can still listen to the world around you, but still have your music, kind of like some open back headphones. And then the gaming mode that you have, they say that they can up the ability on the response time, so your audio is more in sync, and it's at 70 milliseconds when in gaming mode. They don't necessarily boast what the delay is outside of that, but it's not really too bad from what I've been able to see and use and test. Honestly, I'm not really sure what that is, but if it goes up to 70, then it goes up to 70 in gaming mode. It'll help you out so you can not be so far behind with what's happening on screen. But guys, if you haven't done it yet, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. Like the video if you like all the details that you're getting so far, because we got way more details coming into the video. And also don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. Feel free to go ahead and do that, because we got a lot more tech coming your way. We have a huge backlog of stuff that's coming. Keyboards, microphones, headsets. We got so much more on the way, so make sure that you're going to be here for that. But with that out of the way, let's go back to the main unboxing. Let's see what we got in the package. So first off, the packaging, super premium. The foam inside of here is super dense, and it holds on like crazy. Right here on the top, we have the accessory box, And then right here in the bottom, we just have the headphones. We go ahead and pull this out a little bit, make sure there's nothing underneath. Sometimes there's little Easter eggs if you don't mind, looking. But right here, we have the super dense foam. I mean, you cannot really compress that much. So super premium click. It looks like recycled materials. Love that. But this is what you get. You get the little accessory box and the earbuds. Inside of the accessory box, we do have some fantastic stickers. We got the manual. We have a charge cable. Nothing too crazy. Just super small. And then we're going to go ahead and pull those out. Right underneath, we have the extra tips. And these are your small, medium, large that you have as far as options here for the earbuds. And of course, the one pair is already installed onto the earbuds in the case. But then here we do have the large and small. And they're a little bit of an odd shape, so you do have to make sure you get these on at the right angle. So you got one, get them on, and two, they do follow a specific shape, which I'll show you here later on as well. But we'll go ahead and get outside of here. It says USB-C on the package, which again, it's just a tiny USB-A to USB-C charging cable. It's not long, it's not fancy, but it will get the job done. Next, we're going to go ahead and pull up the manual here for you to see. It's a roadmap, but it's also capable of being opened. So it's kind of a win in my book. I'd like booklets, but that's okay. You can still fold it one page at a time. We do have some of the regulatory information kind of up here at the front. The controls page, definitely you want to make sure that you come back for that if you need assistance. It shows you how long to hold, tap, how many taps for each control. Reset and entering pairing mode. You see at the top starts in English. It works down in different languages if you need that. And on the other side, it shows about how you need to be placing the earbuds into your ear. And then also about the charging indication and what the lights mean while it's in use and also while charging. And then we'll just switch over here to the back. We do have the dual device connection, which is also a fantastic feature that they have on this, where you can connect it to A and B. You can't really use them at the exact same time, but you can quick switch between them, so it is faster. We do have some information about charging and taking care of it as far as if you're in use or not in use. We do have the extra remarks here on the back. Again, the extra regulatory information, things like that. And as we go into a couple different other languages with some other info. And that's it. Really nice user guide. Really enjoy it. It's not a book, but it's almost like it is one. Now, we do have the panda stickers here. They do look adorable, look great. And, it's always nice to see something being come with them. But here we go. We have the speakers. We're going to go ahead and take the plastic wrap off. We do have Hear Your Imagination here on the front. And on the back, you can see this fantastic gold shimmer SoundPEATS. I mean, absolutely fantastic. I mean, these are super premium, and just the shape is great. After using these for a while, I almost forget these are in my pocket, and that's some of the best things, where you have almost like you don't know it exists. It's in your pocket. It's not super big. It's not bulky, and it's a super premium hinge when you open it up. And here inside, we do have the earbud. Fantastic design. This is kind of what you would expect. It's a standard design at this point, but that black and gold looking super nice. You even have that gold coming through the gold tip. We have a little rubber coming through it, kind of keeping the same color scheme there. And it, again, super shiny. That little logo on the top is where the touch operations take place. So it looks good. And again, you can go back into the manual and see just what those taps and holds do. So you do have to learn a little bit of something to be able to use these properly. But again, not too bad. And it's a really, really premium looking and really premium feeling plastic on these. On the bottom, of course, you have those gold contacts, where inside of here, you do have those gold contacts, which will get a better shot. And we'll show you those where you're able to just click these in. They hold in magnetically, and then they start charging. Now, of course, when you close it, they completely disconnect. When you open it, that's when they start connecting. And that hinge is super nice. It has a spring on the front and the back, where when you're opening it, it flicks open. When you close it, it flicks closed. Now, down here on the bottom, you do have that blue USB-C and the reset button if you need it down here on the bottom. I'm not going to press that because I don't want to, break anything in the midst of doing it, but that's where you're going to locate that, is down there on the bottom. All right, so next, let's go ahead and go into the ears testing. So we have the ears that we have for testing the headsets. We're going to go ahead and pop these on, and we're going to go ahead and see if we can record, one, how they're going to sound to you, which it may not be the best considering these are earbuds, and they're not over the ear, and so there will be some sealing issues, things like that can arise. And these are, silicone ears, so again, trying to get that just right, but I think we've done pretty good with it. So we're going to go ahead and do some testing. We're going to go back and forth with the DT990s, and it's a headset. You guys can check them out. We'll have a link in the description. They have very well documented as far as sound profiles and what they're able to produce, and so if you guys want to check those out and just kind of double check the homework, you can. But we're going to go ahead and put those up against each other and see how they sound, so let's hop into it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and check out, now that we've heard what the ears can do as far as recording the sound, now we're going to go ahead and check out the frequency response we're able to do. So right above here, so this is going to be your DT990s. Looks good. It's close to the curve. This is kind of what you would expect, and it sounded great in the recordings. Now, with the next one, here we go, and now we're going to go ahead and see the SoundPEATS. Not too bad. Now, the peak is a little off from what the, quote-unquote standard should be, but looks great. And honestly, I don't think that the testing apparatus for the ears that I have can really do this justice. It really has its limitations, and by stretching out as much as I could, it just looks really weird on the high end, so I think this is just a limitation on my end for what it looks like. As you can see, it starts to kind of wiggle out on the end. Again, I can't really go as far, and I don't have an apparatus that's, $7,000 to $10,000 that can, record at a higher level. In some of those testing rigs can go up to like $40,000. So if you guys have one, want to donate it, we can make that a lot better. But if not, I don't think I'm going to be getting one of those anytime soon. But we do have, right next will be the KZs. These are my in-ear monitors that I have, just a good ratio. They also have great response all the way up to like 36,000. They look good as well, and they're very, very close-ish in that. But those are just as kind of as a baseline of something that I have that can produce similar quality and similar responses. And so they're very, very close. You can see that there's more of a gradual hump with the Capsule 3s Pro Pluses here. So definitely what you would kind of expect versus in that kind of range, with being able to test another device that kind of matches with that. So definitely great. Wish I had a pair of AirPods to kind of compare against this, but those are also well documented online. So we're going to go ahead and I pulled one here, and we'll go ahead and pull and just kind of show what they look like. Now it's 20 to 20,000 is what the AirPods Pro 2 produce, and where these can go up to 20 to 40,000. So you do have that range that you can go up to. It has very similar features, and they look great. Okay, so they sound fairly decent against up to a pair of over-the-ear headphones that are well documented, well represented in the headphone community. These things are fantastic. I don't think the ears do them justice. I'm using some FLAC files with these. I can hear the reverberation of the snares, and it's almost like I can hear them spitting into the microphone with high-quality audio. These, with the ability to produce the sound that they can, the ears, I just don't think can produce what it can, because the ears do have limitations. I can only record 20 to 20,000 through the ears, where these can produce up to 40,000 on the high end. So now most people can't hear those types of things, but that again gives you a lot of range to work with, where if you can hear it, it's going to be there. But overall, the ears do have their limitations, so unfortunately it will not be an exact one-to-one. But just note, if you do like the way they sound, promise you, they sound way better in person. So just keep that in mind. But we are going to go over into the mic testing, so you guys can see if you're going to use these for calls, conference calls, things like that, with your computer or your phone, just so you can get an idea how these are going to sound. So let's hop over to that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go into the mic testing. We are going to start out with the PD400X over here from Ayano. So this is just your baseline to see what this sounds like all the way through. Now we're going to switch over to the headset on these guys. This is raw, unedited, no still series yet. So let's go ahead and switch over to that, and let's see how that sounds.
Okay, now this is raw, unedited, straight from the actual earpiece. It's not bad. It is a little hollow, little tinny, but overall not bad considering it's up by your ear canal and my voice is here. It does pretty good. Now we are going to do as we normally do. We're going to go ahead and try with still series and bump that back up again and see if we could bring some of that back. Okay, and now here's with still series. So that really does bring back a lot. It does do pretty good, and it's not bad. I mean, you could probably use these just fine with most things, and most people probably wouldn't know the difference. I mean, it's a little tinny still, a little hollow, but again, that's just distance-wise, where it's not in front of your mouth or close by to hear like a headset would have. But overall, I mean, most headsets on like gaming headsets we've had in the past are okay. And these are immaculate compared to where the distance is. So they definitely put a lot of time and effort into these earbuds, and it really, really shows. But without that, we've got these out of the way. You know how it's going to sound. You know how well these are going to work. So let's go ahead and continue on back to the main video.
Okay, so sounding great. These things working great across the board with, regular or with still series. If you're going to use them regularly, again, a little hollow, but also not bad. I mean, the fact that it is clear, it is crisp, and it's not like it sounded like you're all the way across the room. It just doesn't have that full fidelity. But again, it's up by your ear canal and not next to your mouth like a headset is, where you're going to be able to at least be heard. But most of the things, on these headsets, they're kind of garbage anyway. So, they're usable, but they're not going to sound great. So I think even with still series, adding it into it really adds that fidelity back. So fantastic. So let's go ahead and hop over into our other testing that you normally see on this channel. Let's go ahead and go over to the sound meter and check that out. And we'll have the weight right after that to see how those claims really hold up. Okay, so we're here for the sound meter. We're going to go ahead and get these up. There's not a whole lot we can test here. So we're just going to test the case, what it sounds like when you snap it up, snap it down. It's there. It's a little loud. And if you do the headphones back into it, it's close. It's not bad. But again, these are not something you're going to be doing in a full silent environment. But next, we're going to go ahead and do the weight and double check those claims of what they had on their site, what each of those will be weighing as far as the earbuds and the case. Here we do have the earbud right at 5 ILB. They are right on the money for that. The case, it's right at 40 with no earbuds in it. And then we're going to go ahead and put the earbuds back in. And we're right at 50, right on the mark. Honestly, fantastic for them. So that's kind of what you're expecting on your ear. Then also in your pocket for that. So just kind of keep that in mind. But overall, I think these things have been fantastic. SoundPEATS, thank you guys for sending these over for us to check out and for me to let everybody know what these things are and they exist. Honestly, definitely pick these up. I'll have a link to their website and Amazon down in the description below. So guys, make sure you go over there and check them out. Find the best sales, whatever you need to do. These are normally listed as $90, and that is definitely below AirPods Pros. So as a comparison, if you're not in the Apple ecosystem and you just don't want apples and apples and apples, be an apple orchard, these are great. They have a companion app that also comes along with it, so you can tune them as well and kind of get, see more information. But overall, for $90, if you can get these on sale for down to 80 or 70 even, honestly, fantastic. I have some in-ear monitors, and they produce roughly about the same, but a little bit lower on the low end. So they do have more bass, and they're from KZ. They're nothing fancy. I paid $12 from AliExpress for them, but they're great. But once I added the Bluetooth adapters and they're interchangeable, it's about $80 what I put into those. And these are right out of the box, ready to go, plus the pass-through, the noise canceling that actually works, and the gaming mode. They just have a lot more features than those in-ear monitors do. So even though they're very, very close, they definitely go a long way. Now, by all means, check them out and see how you like them. I think you'll quite enjoy them. So feel free to check those links down in the description. Do appreciate you guys staying till this point. If you guys are still here, thank you so much. Would appreciate you guys subscribing and liking the video if you've made it to this point. And if you guys have any questions about them, let me know. I daily drive these at this point. These are now my new earbuds that I carry around with me. So if you have any questions or any concerns with them, let me know in the comments down below. And until the next one, I do appreciate you guys being here. And we'll have some new videos coming very soon. So stay tuned. I'll see you then.